Welcome to episode 55 of Out of Alignment, everybody. And you know what? This is our last one for the year of this year, 2021. We will be back on January 2nd, 2022, for one final stream on this channel, episode 56. And then episode 57 will be on our brand new channels. So be sure to keep up with that. If you take a look at all of our links on Linktree and everything, we're linking through those. They'll be in the description on YouTube. The chat bot will be talking about them every so often here in Twitch. So be sure to keep up with those channels. And don't worry, whenever we do the switch, the episodes will still be hosted here on Panoramic Panda for the foreseeable future to try to help everyone transition over. I believe that is all the real announcements that we have, since I already mentioned this is our last one of the year. So, yeah. Let's dive into recap.
So we're snakes now.
Before that, there were things before that.
I don't remember those.
So, I think the rest of us do. So last episode, session, we got ourselves into a fight with the Fetid Lord of Obliteration, who was a death slod, disguised as a bullywug, leading the bullywug people here of this swamp level with his blue slod henchman, also in disguise as a bullywug. We went to go murder them, free the bullywugs and all. And turns out they had a pet Hydra, so that was fun. Or something, or Hydra buddy. Killed the blue slod, killed the Hydra, death slod got away. But we did get all its treasure. And technically the bullywugs are kind of safe now. We're pretty sure, as long as he doesn't come back. He did plane shift, so we're pretty sure we're fine. We started to wander away before all the bullywugs returned, as we weren't sure how that was going to go. And we wandered our way into a new cavern, had some little islands in it, one of which has an arch gate, and the other slapped us into a vision. We assume, because we now appear to be Yonti Pureblood and fighting a big old Naga. In the midst of fighting a big old Naga. And that's where we left off.
So, as one by one you guys all enter into this vision, the world flashes white, and you find yourself in the spirit's place. Your arms are scaled, your tongue forked. The serpent, the Naga Hexakali, your sworn foe. You know this innately. You have lured him here from his lair with the other Naga from the south, from the southern caves. His mouth opens wide. Venom drips like rain from its forked tongue. And you know this is your one chance to stop its immortal regeneration. You must take it down now here with the last of your people. I need you all to roll initiative.
Oh.
As the purebloods, so please use the dexterity modifiers from the purebloods.
Well, I hope it's good, because I just freaking nat 20'd, so... Dex mod. 21. Well, that's kind of crap.
Alright.
Alright, get his up here.
Oh, well. Still
All
better
right.
than Brock.
Alright, can I get 25 to 20?
21.
20 to 15.
18.
15 to 10.
10.
10 to 5.
9.
What'd you get, Brock?
10.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, he cut out for a moment, I think.
Yep.
Oh.
It's okay.
Alright, let me get
It
the
just
battle music going here.
One of these days, I'll actually turn the music back on in this game.
And we start with Ragnar. You can see plainly there is a lattice work of runes on this little rock island, seeming almost to trap this Naga in front of you.
Neat. I'm gonna guess I probably shouldn't break those.
Yeah, well, you know.
Just an assumption. To be honest, I feel like my initial move. Are we on the grid? It's so long I don't remember how to use frickin' the controls anymore. All right, there we go. Nope, there we go. There we go. There we go. All right, I think what I want to do to start out, since I got it, use poison spray.
Okay.
I guess that's, what is it, a DC 12?
Con save?
Yep, DC 12 con save.
A failure.
Hey! Actually, looking now, I could probably do more damage. Actually stabbing the motherfucker, but oh well. 11! Poison.
The
It's
poison
gonna be resistant to poison, isn't it?
The poison sprays from your hand, and you notice that the Naga does not seem to need to breathe. It has no effect. Truth.
First, can we get some battle music?
There is. Did it not apply?
Oh, I'm not hearing it.
I hit apply again.
There we go.
Start it off.
All right, I'm gonna pull my short bow and let fly. 17.
That's a hit.
All right, so
Well,
that's
that landed perfectly in the mini, didn't it?
it did. It's 2 piercing damage plus 9 poison damage.
All right. Which does nothing.
Okay, cool. Now I know.
Brock.
Oh boy. Okay, well, we'll do the simple option of just smack it with the shimmy. Scimitar plus 3 hit. There we go. Whoop.
Natural
23.
20.
Okay, there we go.
Nice.
I would call that a hit for sure.
So, well, max damage on that.
Plus another d6.
Cool. So 11.
11. You take a very large gash out of the Naga, blood starting to well up, cooling down. It already seems very wounded. Seems like you have been fighting this for a time.
And a second swing, same thing. Not the same thing. 11.
That is a miss.
Okay.
Rin.
I'm also gonna go up and smack it with my sword, because I never get to stab stuff. So, oh shoot, bows. I want a sword. $16.
16 is a hit.
Let's see, 6 slashing. Oof, 5.
That's a miss.
Nope.
The Naga turns, coiled up, and turns over towards Brock's figure. And bites down. A 24 to hit.
Yeah.
You take 7 piercing damage, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, unless, but you are also immune to poison actually, so never mind. You feel like it would have been a lot of poison damage. A lot.
Subtle.
Thank God I'm a snake.
A snake.
God's sake.
Ragnar.
Alright, well, seeing how I'm actually going to use my brain this round instead of doing dumb shit, I run forward and attempt to do the stabby. I guess it'd be a slashy because it's scimitar, isn't it?
That's a hit.
Fire tonight. It's going to really suck when that ends. Alright, yeah, right, 22, and... Was it +1?
Yep.
Forgetting about the add-on. 7.
Okay.
Come on. 15?
That's a hit.
Hey! Frickin' drag. Yeah, well, that's better. 3!
All
Flash
right.
it.
Truth.
All right. And we are gonna melee attack. 17 to hit
It's a hit.
for 6 slashing.
6 slashing. As you slash into the Naga, its wounds seem to finally overcome it. And you seem to all suddenly have this collective memory. You are no longer in control of pinning down the Naga to this ritual that is here carved into the rock, to be risen as a bone Naga and stop its immortal regeneration. And with that, you are all out of the vision and yourselves on the rock.
I don't think Bone Naga sounds any better than Naga.
Yeah, alright.
But
I
sorry,
just start...
What?
What?
Right, I have a faint understanding of what the hell just happened, but I'm going to point out that whatever the hell that thing was at the end there, that's gonna be an issue. That's gonna be an issue.
Well, we're gonna run into that.
I'm
Hold
Why
on.
one of the
positive.
snakes on the drawing of the levels is a skeleton.
I'm going to scan
That's right.
the area. Why the hell am I over there? Anyway,
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know
going to
what we're
scan
doing.
the area.
Okay.
See if there's anything worrisome about.
Make me a perception check.
Alrighty. Alright. There's roll number 1. There's roll number 2. What was that first one? 26? Yeah, 26!
All right. You don't see anything off that you can tell. You could actually see the faint lines on the rock where the ritual had taken place. Whoever knows, however many years ago, you can see bits of bone poking out of the swamp all around this rock where the final battle took place. But nothing seems to be shifting. The water is not very deep here. Nothing seems to be able to hide.
We're on the rock, right?
You are.
Where's Fizzleworth?
We
He's
left
just
him
kind of
behind.
standing there. You guys just, disappeared there. Well, I'm more concerned about you disappearing, miss. Rest of you can
Just
fuck
pat his
off.
head. Just pat his head. Pat that.
Never change, Fizzleworth. Never change.
Bone snake, bone.
As a reminder, because it has been a while, from this room, where you guys are at, basically kind of in the center of this cavern, very tall cavern, perfect for the tower that you guys had noticed last time, but you wanted to scout it out. There are 7 exits total, including the one you guys came in from in the north. You guys had found that spit of land with a gate There were 2 on the northern half, basically on the east and west of the north half of the cavern. You guys are kind of more centerish in the cavern, and there are 4 scattered across the southern edge.
Are we by the mirror? The thing that
What about it?
is the mirror still nearby?
Oh, it's over on the other one. It's the gate. It opened.
Yeah, from where you guys are here on the rock, which actually none of you had actually known about that mirror.
Yeah.
She did.
We just got teleported. Okay.
Yeah.
No, you came over just
Yeah.
when I vanished. You went over to this island.
She found it, but then had not reported back.
Because I was checking the second island.
Right.
But yeah, you guys can actually see it. There's the spit of land is to the north of you, and it goes back into a little cavern where you can see the mirror almost centered with where you're at.
So
I was.
Go ahead.
I was carrying you, Fizzleworth, when I vanished there. Did you just fall into the swamp, or
What the fuck's it to you?
well, I'm just curious.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
Did you fall?
How?
I stopped existing for a minute.
Ooh, that's awkward.
Is
It's
existence
usual.
pain? Does it hurt to exist?
I was kind of hoping they fell into the swamp. I wonder.
I mean, is he standing near the edge of the rock?
Yeah.
You could just sort of, nudge him into the water.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna like.
Oh, you don't want to
Purposefully do it.
deliberately do
Yeah.
it. Just
But if it
wish you had.
happens by accident,
I mean, just turn and have your tail do it.
oh, that'd
He's
still be
right
deliberate.
here.
He's right. Yeah, he can hear us.
Yeah,
Has a tail.
you're all a bunch of fuckheads.
Yeah, Truth has a tail.
Joking.
Oh. I was like, of course tieflings have tails.
I feel like we had to look that up at some point, though.
No. No.
I just figured we forgot about it, like his mohawk.
It didn't never happened.
Never
happened.
The lovely, awkward teenage years of the characters.
You weren't around for that, so.
So I was looking back behind us at the stone, and I was like, what is that floating platform with teeth?
What?
Behind
The
us.
Hydra that's upside down?
Oh,
Yeah,
you're still
Oh,
there.
yeah.
You guys are looking in
I told him
Tailspire.
last time.
Yeah.
For what?
That was last session.
Yeah. I was just,
We're not there.
I was thinking we were facing that way.
Yeah.
Um,
So, Bone Naga, somewhere.
Yeah.
Potentially.
What's
Yeah,
what's
right,
a Bone
back-
Naga? Do I have this?
As you ask the words, suddenly like bits of knowledge just come kind of almost flooding to you from the vision you witnessed.
I'll take that over an example.
Specifically, you are recalling that there are 3 Naga that took up residence in these caverns. Hexakali being one. I'm trying to find the names of the other 2. It is gone from me suddenly.
Apparently it was enough of a dick to piss off the Yanti.
Excrutha and Sarakath being the other 2.
Excrutha and what?
Sarakath.
Do we have any knowledge of them being friendly?
They were basically working to subjugate and rule this level.
They're also the ones who mind control, Bullywug was saying.
And but more importantly, the knowledge comes in kind of almost unbidden as you had voiced this question, and all of you kind of get flashes of this.
Whoa,
more
hey.
it's less like words and more just images and memories that seem to be flooding into you suddenly. That the Yuan-Ti had taken out one of the Nagas, only for them to rise back from the dead a few days later. So they devised a necromantic ritual to strip them of life and turn them undead. And in the process of trying this the first time here in these caverns, their entire tribe was wiped out.
Oh.
Huh.
So oh.
So the lizard people. Wait, I can't remember. It's been a few sessions.
So we
Are
have
there lizard
there's
people or snake people doing the mind control?
snake.
They are snakes with human faces, human-esque
Not-
faces.
Hate that.
They
The
do
Naga,
not have
the
they
Naga.
do not have arms. They do not have legs. They are just giant fuck snakes with human-esque faces.
All right. For some reason, I thought they were snake people.
The what we were in the vision were snake people.
Yeah. No. I realize they're Nagas now. I thought they were like Yuan-Ti.
Yeah.
Is what? Boy.
Yeah. So, but okay, so Bone Naga is basically undead Naga.
Yep.
Yeah.
And is the only way that the Yuan-Ti ever found out to kill them.
You have to.
Is to strip them of life first and then kill that.
Mm.
Oh, hey, someone just got Tailspire from you, Yuri.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Heck yeah.
Get in
Use up
touch
those
on
channel
a
points.
Twitch message.
Oh.
Bardic Inspiration for Truth as well. Oh, that was a D4 for Truth, actually, not a D6.
I got the D6.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I was like, I think I see Rin too. Yep.
Hey.
So we got, and they didn't kill the Bone Naga. I'm assuming.
They did not.
I mean, if the living version could come back, the dead version could probably come back. So at that point, it's like, unless you're gonna make a career out of it, kind of just fuck off.
How are-
Specifically, that's what the ritual was designed to stop. Was them coming back part.
Right. So now it's
Right.
undead. So if we killed the undead,
Then it won't come back.
won't come back. But if we kill the others, they'll eventually come back.
Right.
Okay.
Theoretically,
Theoretically.
I am confident I could devise a plan.
To
Shove their skulls in a bag of holding.
Would this
I
be
think-
your bag of holding?
I think they're gonna rupture
Did
the
we
bag
ever
of
get that
holding.
extra one?
No,
No,
Couldn't
we
find
didn't
it.
get the poo bag of
No.
holding.
no, we didn't get the bag.
Couldn't find another one.
They were out.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Alright, well, never
We
mind.
had We had a poop bag of holding, then yeah, put the skull in the poop bag of holding.
Exactly.
Even then, that's a.
'Cause then they
It-
resurrect inside the poop bag, and then they're like, I wish I'd stayed dead. Ah.
But like they wouldn't even fit in there. So like, would it rupture? Would they suffocate? Would they get like smushed?
They probably rupture it if they're too big.
And that's
Doesn't that
that's
just
a
send
very
them-
bad thing.
Sorry, out of character. Doesn't that just send them to the astral plane? That seems like a
I-
non-issue for me.
I think also anything near the bag when it ruptures also go to the astral plane.
There have been enough cliffs and lakes and pools of water that I can dispose of a bag of holding without problems.
I'm pretty sure the astral plane only happens if you put like a portable hole or something into a bag of holding.
Anyway, sorry. Back on character. Ragnar, very paranoid, bones around, is motioning that we should move away,
Oh, okay.
back the way we came.
We should go somewhere else, maybe. Let's go further. Further. Are they?
Oh yeah, no.
Are
if
they
it
Naga
ruptures-
bones or are they?
They appear to be
Humanoid
humanoid
bones.
sized.
Probably the bones of the
And it looks like
Yanti that
as you
really
go
died in the fight.
south, the water gets deeper.
Let's go back the way we came and regroup.
Yeah,
didn't
no.
have-
If you rupture a bag of holding, it also sends everything to the astral plane. All right, cool. Good to know. Good to know.
But you don't know that in character.
Yes,
I don't know that
enough.
in character now.
Non-metagaming stuff.
Sorry. Yeah, Truth doesn't know shit about Arcana.
I don't think. Well, Ragnar does. It's the only one.
+5.
But
The other spit of land that leads to the gate is only about 10 feet away from this little rock you're on. It leads kind of back in more into the northern half of the cavern, where once again there is the very scrawny path backwards to the Bullywug village. And there seems to be two wider paths one to the east and one to the west on the north half of this cavern.
so, do you want to? Are we going back to the Bullywugs?
I mean, I don't think they were gonna be happy to see us.
Yeah, I
Not
kind of
first.
suggested that we get the hell out of there because they might
They're gonna have a change in leadership. They
murder
need
the
to
hell
do
out of us.
first.
Right. I mean, also the one slot got away, so he might come back.
How often can you just hop around from different planes of existence?
Can I do a check to try to know that?
Sure, make me an Arcana check.
Come on, grab it. Well, Tashi got a 12. She's smarter than I am, so...
Good job, Tashi.
You know it's a higher level spell, so you have no idea how many spell slots a Slad has.
I mean, in character, do I know what a spell slot is?
No, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So not back to the bullywugs. I didn't drop that. Which way?
Lead the way, Rin. Lead the way.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay.
Last time you guys had tried heading westward from the Bullywug village and started to kind of hear the Bullywugs. This cavern is just south of the village.
East. East. We'll go east then.
East? Alright.
East.
I cast Pass Without Trace.
You guys trudge through a little bit of swamp. The water getting slightly deeper, only maybe about probably a foot deep. As you go ahead and let's see. What is your guys' marching order?
Apparently, I'm leading the way, so
I'll be second.
it's a mistake.
Third.
I'll put myself behind.
I guess I'll be in the back. Is Tashi still up at this point?
Yeah. Since the fight?
Yeah, I got her up during the fight with the Slod.
Yeah, it's probably been about an hour.
Okay, alright.
Okay.
Where's the goblin in the marching order?
Behind me.
Okay.
So,
I guess that means I'm behind the goblin.
yes.
As you go along, the cavern sort of skinnies out and becomes a little passage, and then kind of opens up into a very small chamber, maybe about 10 feet by 10 feet, and another passage on the other side.
Keep going.
Take a peek
Glance-
around.
Yeah, glance around as we do, but if there's no other exit, I'm...
Make me a perception check, Rin.
La, 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 la. Are we supposed to be getting penalties to our perception checks in dim light or some shit? Or no, it's dim light, so I can treat it as regular
Yes,
light.
because because you have dim light.
14?
Right. Seems just like a little cavern.
I did so good, guys.
And as you
God.
continue, as you continue through, your feet hit something that doesn't feel like the muck and mud that is in the rest of the cavern, and you feel a very quick, and darts shoot from the walls.
Can I shove Fizzleworth back?
They specifically shoot out at you, being the one who triggered the pressure plate right at the middle there.
Right, that's right. Yeah.
Quick,
That is a 19 to hit.
That would hit me, yes.
All right. You take
I feel like Fizzleworth would sacrifice himself.
9 piercing damage.
If he could, I don't think he's got the reaction time for that. Okay.
And as you get hit by these darts and suddenly back up, you can hear a very faint.
Reload.
Sorry, who was third in the marching order?
Me.
You? Alright, I grab Truth by the scarf and like, yep, we're going back.
It's fine.
Hey, what?
Just... Hold on.
Nope.
Hold on.
You all right?
I'll be fine. I just pull the bolts out of me. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll get those patched up in a minute. Let's get the fuck out of
Do we-
here.
No, wait. Let me...
And you'll never find anything interesting if you just run away.
I know.
Fine.
Do we think there might be an off switch on the other side?
I'm gonna see if I can fuck with the plate.
I was actually just fly over everything. Check the other side if we need to.
That's... You do that, and I'll fuck with the pressure plate.
Okay.
Tag team it.
Yeah, I would say, doesn't somebody have a ring of water walking?
Sure.
Yeah, it's me.
Has it?
No, I give it back.
Oh, you give it back.
So yeah, you can just walk over where the pressure plate is, because it's in the water.
Oh, it's submerged. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay. I need you to make me a perception check, Brock, and I need Rin to make me a sleight of hand check.
Not an investigation check. Okay. All right.
Damn it. I
There
never
we go.
bought that 10-foot pole I keep meaning to buy.
Where would you put it? It's got to be collapsible.
I prefer the method that Uriah came up with the mage hand, just slap all the surfaces.
So Brock, about the same time that you notice that there are you can actually see all the different wall holes, and theorize you can probably get those plugged up. Rin, suddenly you feel the mechanism click. Nothing happens.
I broke the button.
Okay, this is not good.
It was a one-time use.
Huh?
Well, I mean,
No, I
can't
think
imagine-
Oh, you actually okay.
Good.
Yes.
I made it non-function steps on it. Like I stepped on it a few times. Like
Maybe don't. Okay.
it's fine.
I do have a 10-foot pole.
Now you tell us.
Sorry, it's called pole 10 foot, not 10-foot pole in the inventory screen. So I like something
Look,
out of
if
a
Truth's
cartoon.
not allowed to talk about how he grew bigger in bed, you're not allowed to talk about your pole, okay, Ragnar?
That's true.
Anyway, allow me to just whip this out. And out of my bag of holding, something out of a cartoon, I pull the 10-foot pole. I'm like, all right, I'll go in front.
Yeah.
Did I find anything when I was just walking across? Like, did I see more? No.
Yeah.
All right, so
Me and Ragnar will trade spots.
it's on the far side
Okay.
of this room, right?
Yeah. So now you're on the south side of the room.
All right. So it's basically one side of the room's got me, Truth, and Rin, and the other side's got Brock.
Yeah.
Just make
Brock's
sure.
on the south side rather, because he walked across. You
Okay.
guys are on the north side of the room.
All right, well then, slowly, methodically, like a paranoid adventurer from 2E, poking the ground in front of me with the 10-foot pole.
As you just poke the mud into poke the stick in the mud, and every now and again, kind of gets stuck.
This would be a lot easier if I didn't have a fucking -1 for strength.
Maybe you should let Brock do that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can do that now.
Next time, actually, because he can not only walk on the water, he's shrunk now. So
It's my pole, and I will be the one to handle it.
that's true. Brock doesn't like to handle poles, does he?
Ragnar doesn't want anyone else handling his pole.
Exactly.
I mean,
Maybe if they ask nicely.
Martin was fine sharing his pole. I
With
don't
my
know.
strength, my strength, that might break it.
Maybe-
Yeah.
Maybe you let Wallsworth handle it.
All right. For Yuri's sake, I'm gonna cut this off and just continue.
The cavern squeezes again to another little single file line as Ragnar goes forward, still poking the ground. It opens up into another small, maybe 10-foot by 10-foot cavernous chamber, where there are 2 pillars with giant stone snakes wrapped around them from the muck. Chiseled into the stone across the top are words written in Dwarvish. I assume somebody can read Dwarvish.
You.
Oh,
Yeah.
I comprehend languages. Can I? Oh wait, does that do reading? I forget.
Nah.
No.
I don't
I think
Oh
it's only
shit,
narrative.
my bad.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I can read it.
Yeah, truth and I.
Either way, it reads, Don the Crystal Crown.
I guess I look around to see if there's a crystal crown.
What you doing?
Oh, it says put on the crystal crown. So,
Put on the crystal crown.
yeah. It says put it on.
Soon to Brock.
Nothing happens.
It was dwarven.
Did you just
Wow.
randomly turn to that page and you were like, oh yeah.
Hold on, I'm checking something else.
Well,
Yes, take a look. Yeah, take a look around. I'm just checking something.
any kind of a crown thing here?
Make me a perception check.
Okay. KB.
If I may, I would also like to look around and help him maybe point out anything curious, if that's okay.
Okay.
What?
That means you get advantage.
Oh, okay. All right.
You're welcome.
That was a 1. A 10. So much better.
The stone snakes appear to be regular stone snakes, not nagas or anything like that. But there does not seem to be anything crown-like in this room.
There aren't any demons in those.
As they're
statues.
walking around, I'm gonna stroll up to the. Where's this written?
It is written across like a keystone between 2 pillars with the snakes.
Okay. Stand in front between them, not directly in between them. Reach in my bag. Pull out that beautiful crystal crown that I took out of the cradle on the lost level. And put it on.
And as you do, the snakes light up from tail to top, and a gateway shimmers between them. And
Remember when you said I should take this?
Have you always had that? Oh.
and the rune of Hallister appears in the middle.
Boss, I don't remember what you said 15 minutes ago, so you were asking the wrong guy.
Yeah, we were poking around the lost level, and it was sort of the museum, and there was like a stone baby in a stone crib, and I thought it was cute, and so I picked it up, and then it turned into this. So, I just thought it was pretty. 'Cause
Oh, it's good. It suits you. It really does. Anyway,
it's fine.
do we know what that does?
What does?
That the symbol
Oh, Hallister, I don't know what the good side is, but the bad side is you can go fuck yourself.
Well,
Remember?
fair enough.
It's the one, I think I went through and you guys found me, like, bloodied and beaten on the other side of it. It's the one that fucked up Brock with the door.
Yeah, the one that exploded, back... Oh, man, that was a long
It's
time
the big
ago.
go fuck yourself rune.
Really wasn't even all that long ago. What was that, like, last month?
You know what?
Probably.
It
Something
feels
like
like
that.
a long time.
You know?
It was literally a couple days ago.
Well, not the door, but...
No, the door was at least 2 horn blasts ago.
Oh,
That is a good way to measure things. And what is that?
7 days
14-day
per
cooldown?
blast.
Oh, 7? Okay, yeah.
You know what? Rin actually, like, opens up her journal and, like, flips a little through it. So that was...
After about a minute, the gate powers down.
A little over a 10-day ago was this. And then, as far as the other things, that was, maybe at least 2, 3, 10 days ago.
well, I guess mark down where the gate is, and somebody else can deal with it.
You got it.
This
Yeah.
cavern is only about probably 15 feet high. Not tall enough quite for your guys' tower.
But gate?
Sorry, what about the tower?
You guys have been looking for some place to set up the tower. That was the last
Oh,
thing you guys
okay.
were doing last session.
Yeah.
But it was also still early, so, like, we couldn't quite take a long rest yet.
Yeah, but I personally could use a short rest, because you guys all
We had a cat
napped,
nap.
and I am out of wild shape, so no more Tashi.
We
Would you
could
like me to sit down?
sit here for an hour. I'm okay with that, if you guys are.
This seems like a good spot to me,
Fine by me.
but... That good with all y'all?
Rock, True?
I don't know, I hate to metagame, but for a
Sounds
moment
good to
your
me.
eyes' expression made me worried when I suggested this, so... yeah, alright, let's have a sit down. Actually, wait, isn't this in
Oh,
the
hey.
water?
Yes, this is in the
I
muck.
also have a D4.
The last
Yeah,
dry dry place you had was the other gate and the vision stones.
Why
That's,
don't
in
we go
fact,
back...
Some of the only dry land you've seen.
Why don't we go back to the other gate? We can, get our socks wrung out.
Why? They're just gonna get mucky again.
Fine. Is there some place on the snake I can sit?
No.
No?
Nope. Brock, you get a D4 Bardic Inspiration.
Woo! Thank you.
We can go back. I'm sorry. I was just teasing because everything's wet and damp here.
Just lean against one of the snakes. No, just fine. Just give me...
Truth has a chair.
We are not...
I do have a
this
chair.
chair in this muck. Well, I mean, unless you really want to.
I mean, it's a chair. I mean, its legs will go down into the muck, but the seat will be fine.
I motion to the muck that I am basically covered in from armpit down. No, it will not.
I mean, if you just want somewhere to sit, I can just give you this ring and you can sit on the water.
No.
Let it go.
I'm good. Just...
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. I didn't. We can go back.
No, this is fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Just need to calm down.
So that's a no on the chair then, as I'm like pulling on my bag of holding.
I'm expecting a giant bone snake to appear out of nowhere any second now.
Oh.
So
Well,
I'm
you know what?
so
You stay there.
paranoid.
We'll keep watch. Oh, we'll keep watch. Right, Fizzleworth? We'll help keep watch.
Oh, I mean, I will for you.
Good boy.
I want my cat.
He's not a dog.
I don't know.
I don't know how to treat tiny humanoids.
I do know how to treat tiny humanoids, but they were my babies. But he's not a baby. He's just small. But he's full. I don't.
Anyway,
We're gonna take a
He's
short
Small and
rest.
ugly.
Is he just a will baby?
Fuck you.
yeah,
He's ugly like one.
did you share
That's
what
true.
your shirt is worth, actually? So now
Huh?
I'm curious.
I did. Yes. There's at least his face. And then I've started sketching the other.
Right. Yes. I saw that.
Okay. Do you guys wish to do anything specific during a short rest, or just taking a short rest?
Just go ahead and take a short rest, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep watch at one of the, not the one that we came from, but the one ahead, the other exit of the chamber.
There is no other exit of the chamber.
Oh, I thought
This
you
is
said
a
there was
dead end.
another. Oh, well, let's
Yeah.
keep watch on that.
Yep. With it's just the dead end with a gate.
I'm going to fidget paranoidally. But other than that, nothing else.
Okay.
Actually, I know what'll calm me down. I pull out my bubble pipe. I think I got one of them, right? Yes.
I still have some mushrooms.
Blub, 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 blub. Blub, 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 blub. That'll calm me down. There we go. Anyway.
All right. You guys get the benefits of a short rest. Nothing happens during your hour.
Alrighty. I don't know how I manage every session to forget what my hit die are.
All right, well, do we want to try the bullywugs now? They're probably back. Maybe.
I mean, my argument was that chances are there's a decent chance that the guy who is now in charge is not going to honor his word about being friendly with us. And if we're standing in the middle of the crowd, they might just murder all of us. And it would be really easy.
Yeah, they had that paralyzing poison. I don't want to.
Yeah, that was scary.
I don't want to mess with that again.
All right, so maybe we'll just go in the opposite direction of them.
Alternatively, it might be that, they're like, oh, thank you very much. Now, where's all that money? The money we stole. Well, I guess technically it was looting. Regardless, I say we go in a different direction.
Okay. Hi-ho.
Hi-ho, hi-ho. Do you think we need the stick anymore?
I think we're okay.
I sort of shake the stick off and then back in the back.
I mean,
For now.
That is how it works.
You guys make your way back to the large chamber where you had your little vision. There's that dry spit of land in the middle, and that dry spit that goes up to the north to the gate. Again, you have 4 exits on the southern wall. One to the north, the one you just came from in the east, and then one to the west.
our exits are north, south, east, south, 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 and south.
And
South.
Dennis.
There's a lot of variety on the south end. Let's try that.
All right, which one?
There's basically one more on the east wall, one more on the west wall, and then like straight up 2 on the directly southern wall.
Fizzleworth, which way do you think we should go?
That one.
Okay.
And he just points to one of them at random. It's like
Which one?
I mean, that's pretty much what we were going to do anyway.
The southeastern one.
All right. That one it is.
All right, cool. Southeast we go.
The water begins to get a little deeper. There's bits of crunching, snapping beneath your feet. This deeper water seems to be littered with the bones of the Wanti.
There it is.
As the cavern skinnies out, and then once again widens back up into another large chamber. This chamber seems to go on for quite a ways, deep, almost deeper beyond your vision, even in this dim light from the fireflies. And you can see just off to your sides, you can see 3 other entrances into this chamber. And then you can see what seem to be exits to the east, one to the west, and then, like I said, the chamber kind of goes on to the southwest quite a ways.
Okay.
And this is a roughly 30-foot high cavern. Very large.
Okay, so a place we could put the tower once we get tired. Another place.
Yeah, though, isn't it gonna sort of brush up against the roof?
It's 20 feet. Is it 20 feet or is it 30 feet?
I think it's a 20-foot high tower.
Oh, for some reason I thought it
I
was
think it's
3
30,
floors.
actually.
Yeah.
I think it's the first floor, the second floor, and then the roof, I think.
I don't recall. Anyway.
Which is Master Brock's tower.
I would look around. Is there anything notable besides the exits and such?
Make me a
30
perception
feet
check.
high.
Alrighty.
It's 20 feet by 20 feet by 30.
Oh, so it is 30. Okay.
I could
Yeah,
have
so
sworn it was
they-
30 feet tall.
So the only chamber that's been big enough so far is the one where you guys had the vision.
Okay.
I think that's originally why we went to that small island, was to test it out, and then we got Shanghai.
Yeah.
Inception.
17.
13.
Wait a minute. Derp, I have advantage on perception. So I should probably roll that twice. 27.
27. This cavern appears to be littered with the bones of numerous creatures, all humanoid that you can tell. You can see various skulls and rib cages, femurs, poking out of the muck.
I'm gonna grab one of the skulls and I'm gonna check to see, does it look like it had fangs?
It does.
Sort of holding it for the back of the skull. Oh, wow. I wish I had Ronald to use as an example. Holding it for the back of the skull. Yanti.
I mean, aren't there other kinds of humanoids with fangs?
Down here?
I mean, Truth has fangs. But I mean, he also has horns, and you'd see the horns because the horns in the right, not Tifa, but I mean, yeah. 'Cause
Okay, not
definitely
human or
got-
elf.
Oh yeah, no, not a dwarf, pointy teeth. Yep.
Well, since I am a druid and a nature person, I would then take the skull and look at the fangs to see if they have the holes or channels in them for venom.
You can easily identify this as a Wanty skull.
Yeah, they want.
Oh, okay. Yep. Cool. That's fine.
And I grab a second one and put them in my bag.
We're okay. This is a genocide of a whole people here
Yep.
that we are walking on.
Do you think I don't know, but those mountains of bones we found on the upper floors, I doubt they came from anything much different than whatever did this.
The Nagas did this
I assume so.
from the vision. It seems. Oh boy. I wonder when we're gonna approach their territory.
To be honest, I'm far more worried about the skeleton one.
I am a lot worried about both. The regular ones have mind control stuff. And that
I'd forgotten
worries
that detail.
Yeah. That. So, like, what if we run into some of the people it has mind controlled? I mean, I know we're looking for one in particular. We're looking for the Honorbeard, but.
I sort of shake my staff, smack them upside the head, and then hope they sleep it off.
Yeah. Not gonna try to kill him.
That's like super bad for you.
What?
You're still giving him head trauma. It's not.
Oh. Well.
Well, okay.
I mean,
if
you
if
know
alternatives,
medicine, right? You should know this.
if alternatives present themselves, Dr. Truth, I will. Yeah, you're right. No, sorry. I forgot that I'm trained in medicine.
Yeah, you should know this.
Well, if
You
we
could try like a whole person or something. I don't know.
I mean, what if we just, like, give him like a smack or something and try to just snap him out of it?
Well, that still is arguably probably gonna cause head trauma if it's significant enough to me.
Poke him in the. Poke
Did any of us think to buy a net?
Oh, I might have.
Hold
on.
I mean, if it's us or them, I mean.
Yeah, but I don't want to murder them. It's not their fault.
Yeah, well, we don't exactly have a whole lot of stuff to take prisoners.
Hey, law of the wild.
I actually have
I don't think I have manacles.
I do.
Oh, what? Why do you have manacles?
I thought. I thought
have manacles, but
I
mean,
think you
she
guys
used to date
actually
Drow.
had them from a different level.
Look, we didn't use. No,
I know
bought them.
I know Martin.
I think only Rin heard that.
I heard that, and we didn't use manacles. Those are rough. They hurt. It's not any of your business anyway.
Martin actually did not have manacles, but I'd forgotten until just the other day that he did have an oil of slipperiness. Reasons that Yuri let me have specifically as a joke for reasons, and I never got to pull that joke out, and I was a little salty about it. Anyway,
but I
slip
do
through your
have
fingers.
manacles.
Not
If
just
we
the
need
fingers,
to.
mate.
And then if we just have them prisoner, God, that's awful. They said, the bullywug said it would wear off eventually, so.
All right, so if you can talk him into putting the manacles on, that's great. Other than that,
Truth could charm them, and you could do the thing where you manifest like the little kissy face in the sky, and they all like, oh.
That lasts for just a little bit.
long enough to put manacles on.
Manacles on.
The DM's not rolling.
How does-
We better move the plot along. Let's go.
How does
Ragnar,
How does Truth feel about putting
with
manacles
your
on people?
passive perception,
Oh no.
you notice that some of the bones and this saves you from being surprised as suddenly out of the muck nearby you a giant bone skeletal snake rises from the water.
There it is.
All right, so I would like to say Ragnar, in the moments before we roll initiative, points and says, "Fuck, I knew it!"
Okay, let me go ahead and get the...
Assuming we're rolling initiative.
Yeah. Roll it. Keep in mind, I'll get the minis over here for you guys.
There's a moment as I'm discussing, like, well, that only lasts for a minute. Oh, you like the kissy face? I was thinking of changing it to, oh shit!
Thinking it changed it. Oh, shit, fuck, I knew it!
Hey, actually rolled decent.
I can't click the edit button until those portraits go away.
Whoop.
Where'd the other one go? Where did the other one go?
I'm a danger. I'm also the dumbass who was like, I don't really need to roll any hit die on the short rest. It'll be fine. I don't have that many left. We're going to take a long rest soon anyway.
Yeah. Always spend the hit die.
Yeah, I done learned today. Oh, man, this is going to be goodbye Fizzleworth, ain't it? Oh, man. Ooh.
All right.
Oh, yeah, where's Fizzleworth?
Oh, yeah,
see it.
Fizzleworth needs to be on the
We can only
initiative.
hope.
Yeah, I don't have... Should I just get goblin stats?
Yes, you should.
Okay.
Let
No!
I know.
Let me get him a mini down. I literally just typed in fizzle in the mini search, which was, of course, not finding anything.
Haven't got him a custom one yet.
No. He has 7 HP.
Oh,
No.
baby.
So yeah, make sure you roll his initiative too.
Oh.
And 25 to 20.
One thing, sorry, real quick. Wouldn't it be easier to have him do like Tashi does, where it just
Oh
goes
yeah,
right?
just goes after
After.
Rin. Yeah, that'll
Okay.
be easier.
Yeah.
You're right. 25 to 20. 20 to 15.
16.
17.
Okay.
Oh.
15 to 10.
14.
13.
Oh.
All right. Let me get the battle music going here. I think ambushed works again, so.
Oh, no.
The
Keeps
first person to
happening.
go is the Bone Naga.
Ugh.
Oh no.
Oh, no. Oh, hey, we just saw you.
Oh hey, it's Hexakali again. Didn't even
Yeah.
think
I
about
know
that.
that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
As it's on to...
Is there music playing?
There should be. I'll apply it again. That's a weird bug that keeps happening. How about now?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I have my music volume bugged, or not bugged, turned off, because otherwise
Yeah,
I can't
mine
hear
was
shit.
down.
It's here. And, let's see. It is going to, immediately attempt to cast Hold Person on Truth.
Oh.
I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh. You got this, you got this.
Yay!
Oh,
Nice.
I hope that succeeds.
Don't forget, you guys do have your Bardic Inspirations.
Yes.
Okay. And then it will also bite.
One dick.
Just be glad you didn't get the Hold Person first. 14 to hit.
This.
Okay, Ragnar.
Alright, I'm going to... Step 1. Why did I not pull this page up beforehand? Every frickin' time I didn't pull the frickin' page up beforehand. Sorry, give me one moment.
Yep.
Oh, apparently there's new types of druid enemies now. Alright. I will summon my wildfire spirit. I'll summon Tashi, sorta here-ish, so that she's 10 feet away from all the party. But, yes, and that will cause, what's it, Dex saving throw against my spell save DC. Just DC 17 Dex.
It fails.
It fails, and so it takes a tiny bit of damage. 2d6. Bounced off. Did that bounce off the reeds there? Or is there something
Yeah.
invisible over here?
Invisibility invisibility physics are no longer a thing.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about that the other day. Anyway, 8 fire.
All right.
Geez, then I'm gonna sort of skirt around here. And I guess technically actually move out of range. Move
Alright.
here.
It's going to take its opportunity attack.
Alright. Probably gonna hit. Hopefully it doesn't kill her.
12 to hit.
Oh, that's a miss.
Okay.
And then fiery teleport. Me, Fizzleworth, and Rin. Right. Centered
sorry.
right.
I'm sorry, does fiery teleportation have to be willing?
Yes.
Yeah, Fizzleworth is not willing to go with Tashi.
Well, bye, Fizzleworth, because you're gonna take fire damage. Sorry, I just killed your goblin.
Yep, you. This is not something that had been discussed ahead of time with Fizzleworth. He has no idea what's going on, and he does not trust anyone other than Rin.
Yeah.
Technically, I would say, out loud, since I do have to command
Okay.
Tashi, get the three of us back there.
Okay.
Don't know if that's enough to convince him.
Unfortunately not, because
Okay.
you are not the one that he trusts.
Yeah. Sorry. Didn't think of that.
Now I don't have to feel bad for being the one to kill him.
So,
Roll the damage.
well,
Does a save.
each willing creature teleports 15 feet to an unoccupied space. I don't use
Is
this. DC 17.
Dex
Dexterity saving throw.
How many people can she teleport?
Each willing creature of your choice.
Within 5 feet.
Within 5 feet, yeah. So I guess
Alright.
8.
Making that
If
dex.
you're using grid.
Holy shit. That's
Alright.
for Fizzleworth.
There's no half on successful save. He just avoids
Wow.
the damage. Whew!
Wow.
I was gonna feel really bad there.
Damn
I
it.
kinda like the little bastard.
He's fun.
I know, right? I thought I murdered him.
As the heat wells up around him as you guys suddenly vanish. Fuck you!
God.
I always forget about the willing part. It's kind of important.
Little.
Yep. Truth.
Alright.
Boom, boom. Hexblade's Curse. And I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit him.
Boy, I'm gonna hit.
Oh, 26.
That's a hit.
Take this. Hiya. For 10.
Alright.
And I'm gonna hit him again. What?
Where's that like 75 damage hit you had
For
before?
21.
That is also a hit.
Should I layer smite on this? I think I should. I think I should layer smite. So here's the normal damage.
Well, it's undead, so.
There's 13. And then I will layer that Eldritch Smite on top of that. So that's gonna be
Actually, yeah, is
Watch out.
Terrafly like
27 additional force damage.
So what was the total then? 27, and then what was the first roll like?
13.
13. Okay.
is Terrafly like radiant or anything like that?
Alright.
Yeah, let me check.
Now, had he used Divine Smite, I think it does extra damage to undead.
Yeah,
He used Eldritch.
that's what I was thinking.
I did. It's the
Um,
same. I should have done that.
Yep.
Oh well.
Also, as you slash into it with Terrafly and send this blast of force down your blade, the bones just scatter.
What?
Just standing there with like my staff up,
Yes.
fistful of fire behind my shield, like.
Yeah, I kind of imagined like both my gloves just like the sparks go away. Like Aku's eyes,
They stop
eyebrows
vibrating.
vanish.
Terrafly,
That was
you
it?
working out.
Seems you're Your
Did
magical energy was enough.
Did it send the entire skeleton away, or is
No,
there
like
still
like scattered, like bones just shattered apart.
is the skull visible?
Yes.
Oh my god, you're gonna do the thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do the thing. I'm doing a different thing. I'm going to go up to the skull and punt it.
Okay, so the skull is
rip.
about 10 feet wide
Yeah, let's try to break it.
and about like 1.5 feet tall.
All right, I will not punt it. I am going to kick it in anger. With my
I mean, I can try to break it if you want.
I want to try
sure,
something.
feel free.
Go ahead.
I mean, I
Hey,
got
Kick
20
it again.
now.
Kick it a second time out of aggravation.
I cast Divine Sense.
All right, describe to me what that does again. You use it so infrequently.
You can sense anything affected by the hallowed spell and know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Okay. There are none of those around here.
Okay, just making sure another one's not going to sneak up on us right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
That was.
Do we trust this skeleton pile? I mean, do we feel like that's gonna reform?
I mean, the point of the whole thing was like you kill the thing, it won't.
Yeah, except, am I the only one who saw? And maybe I'm misremembering how this was described, but am I the only one who saw like the group of bones just sort of gather?
Yeah, that's...
No, that is not what happened.
Oh, sorry.
The bones suddenly, basically, bones were shifting as it was slithering underwater.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's
It was knocking around.
Yeah, it was
of
knocking
the
around all the
bones.
other bones.
Okay.
And it was only because of your passive perception that you noticed that.
I mean,
You,
maybe that's the trick, is just concussive blasts.
You okay there, Wattlesworth?
What?
Wattlesworth?
Yeah. Yeah, Wattlesworth.
Are you okay,
Just-
Fizzleworth?
Yes?
It's just staring angrily.
Next time, let Tashi teleport you to safety. Okay?
Okay, I had no idea what that was.
That's okay. She's a very nice kitty, and helps teleport us to safety.
I'm sure she'd make a lovely dinner.
She's made of fire.
You are welcome to try.
Please try.
Please do. I don't know how Tashi reacts to that.
Apparently, you don't know anything about defeating trolls.
I want to try something with the skull if we want to destroy it.
I'll be back.
Go over to it and put the hand with my mark on it, and just like poison spray right into it.
Into the skull?
Onto the skull, yeah.
Do you
Nothing
do this
happens.
while I'm like kicking it, or do you give me my
No,
back
no,
up?
not while you're kicking. It's once you're done with the kicking.
All right.
The poison almost like it's. Have you ever poured water on a hydrophobic thing? Yeah, it's like that.
It just sizzles.
Wow, even dead.
It just completely repels the poison.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Wow. Even undead, dead. Something.
I mean, I can just cast Shatter on it. It's a skull.
All for it. You go right ahead. I will back the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm for that plan.
Yep, go
I
for it.
also back
All
up
yours.
and sort of.
I was gonna punch it, but then I realized I could just,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's a good idea.
Yeah, but you can only do shatter so many times. You can punch a lot.
Yeah, we can start with the punch. We can do that.
Yeah, just to see how it goes.
I would just punch it.
Okay.
So are you wanting it unarmed or my gauntlets?
Gauntlets.
Okay. Do I actually need a hit roll or do you
No,
just want damage?
just damage.
Damage? Okay. Aw. Oh, it's still an 8.
That is enough to at least crack the skull.
My second fist. 13.
Alright.
These are thunder, if that matters.
It does not.
Oh, wait, hold on. My notes say it's a radiant weapon.
Yes,
Hold up.
because of your.
Oh, it is a
Fusion.
radiant weapon. Okay. Oh,
But it doesn't do right.
all right.
But, yep. So the skull cracks again, and eventually, like just punching at it, the crack kind of widens, and eventually just kind of splits the skull, splinters it in half.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, now we know that if we fight one of these things again, and its skull is cracked open, we know they can come back.
Good to know.
And if you really want to, Ragnar, you can carve your name in the side of it.
No, I just wanted the thing to not bother me anymore.
Okay.
Also, I'm kind of aggravated. I was really, really worried about that.
And now, yeah.
Could have
I
at
was
least been a
like,
decent fight.
I mean, it's fine that it's not.
Yeah, it's better.
Oh, I forgot I could do that.
I'm gonna take a look at the other exits around here. Take a listen. Take a peek.
I'm gonna sort of pick up Tashi and put her on my shoulder. Sort of.
So I
Also,
I just realized that apparently my gauntlet can blind people.
Fun.
what? How long has it been able to do that?
I can do this too. Snap my fingers and you just see a bright light that sheds 30 feet of bright light.
Ah,
Huh.
Turn it off.
that's great. Ah.
Didn't you build the gauntlet?
Yeah, I just forgot I could do that.
Anyway, I'm going to. I
Start
would
looking
like
around
to
for
also look around and assist Rin, if I may. I'm looking
Okay.
stuff around once I've got Tashi up on my shoulder.
All right, this chamber once again. There's basically where you just came from was one entrance. There are 3 others on the same wall that seem to go backwards. You can probably easily ascertain those are probably the other. Basically, all 4 from the other chamber led to this.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
But there, from where you are at, there is what seems to be a very wide, large passage that kind of curves around the corner, to the more east than southeast. It's eastward of where you're at, and then kind of curves southward, and you can see a little bit of dry land from where you're at. There's another chamber on the kind of northern wall of this entire chamber goes from where you're at. It just goes straight like southeast or southwest. Sorry. So there's another passage on the right near where you're at on the northern wall that seems to curve west, and the entire chamber goes on for more than what you can see, more than 80 feet easily. It just keeps going back.
Okay.
Alright, so. Those are all the way we came, right?
Yeah, those are all the way we came. That's new.
Ooh, I am not good with caverns. This is disorienting. Alright, well, what's the plan?
I mean,
Well, the last time the goblin chose, we found that, so do that again if you want.
yeah. What do you think?
Yeah,
we
Stuart?
it's
can,
not a bad
you
plan.
can lead us to another one of those things.
I mean, we know
I-
there's 3 of them, right?
Well, the other 2 aren't made of bones. But yes.
Oh, maybe. Are the other
Well,
two?
if the picture was right,
Oh,
The-
there was what was
the
the
level.
picture of? Was it 2 of them and then 1 bone one? So 2 with skin, 1 without? No.
yeah,
I find it odd though that if it died that easily, that's still here.
I don't know. Yeah,
I'm not confident it won't
I
come
mean, I
back
did-
despite the damage we did.
I mean, I did hit it pretty hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
We did hit it pretty
Truth
hard.
whacks
I
pretty
mean-
hard.
It is possible that, out of game, it is possible we're finally too strong for things we're fighting. But
Chow.
because how many magic items do we have compared to? I think we have like 6 parties worth.
Shit. No complaints here if that's the case.
Oh, I thought I was on mute. Yeah.
No, we were just the magic items.
Yeah.
All right, Fizzleworth, what do you think? Which way?
Oh. Oh. Right. That one.
I know what he was doing, but I couldn't hear him.
Yep.
Sorry, what?
He was doing the catch tiger by its toe thing.
He points to the chamber that is kind of basically the one that is oblong chamber. You're here. He points to the one that's this northwestish one.
Northwest it is.
It gets really hard to describe these chambers when they're not normal shapes.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, and at this point, it's like you start to describe the exits and the entrances and stuff in this, and I'm like, I can't even comprehend what's going on.
Well, because
So I'm-
the shitty part is the only alternative is to just show us the map, and then it's like, well, now we know where to go. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not
there's
really.
there's
an
no
option.
like, yeah, there's no real good way to do it.
The
Yeah.
best way I could probably do it is to chop up the rooms into chambers and then share individual images later.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean
Might be what
that's
I have
one.
to do in the future.
Okay.
For future caverns. But anyway, the passage skinnies out, and I need marching orders. You
I'll
can
go
just
first
line up
this
your
time.
minis.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I'll be number 3, I guess, because of Fizzlefluck.
I'll bring up the caboose. It's fine.
I'll go
Actually, yeah,
first. He
Truth,
says,
you seem
everyone
to like-
immediately walks in front of me.
Truth, if you want to
Never
be in
mind.
front of me, that's fine. Because I know you like to run in and stab shit.
It's fine. The sneaky people in the back. It's fine.
Yeah, I just
no
assumed I'd be
problem.
near the front to take whatever shoots us.
Huh.
Oh wait, where are we facing? Oh, Fizzleworth's in the back. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you in the front.
Yeah. I was thinking you were in the front. That's why I was like, wait a minute.
Do you want me in the front?
No, this is fine.
I don't mind getting stabbed again. Or
No, we
shot.
all surround Fizzle. We all surround Wattlesworth.
Protect the child.
Protect Waddle do.
Smother him with love.
The passageway once again skinnies out. You guys have to kind of walk single file, and begins to even out into a small cavern with about 3 foot deep water, where a large stone is rising from the middle, and you can immediately hear a soft emanating from the stone.
I'm going to cup my hand around my ear and see if I can get a better hear at it.
I'm hearing a lot of S's. I'm gonna go with snake.
Yep, just the same, just. And
Language
these
trace.
echoing hissing whispers seem to be emanating from the stone and filling the chamber.
Well, I'm definitely not touching it this time, like the statue from before. But I am gonna approach because I want to get a better look.
How tall's Fizzleworth?
Uh,
This is 3 feet.
3 feet.
he's
Yeah.
like,
Okay, get him on my back. Just come on.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, he can swim, can't he? Just doggy paddle.
Yeah, but it's weird when it's like 3 feet and you
Have you
kind of still stand.
have
You
you
know, like it's like
It's like it's mud though, right? It's like trying to swim in pudding.
yeah.
It does sound unpleasant.
the stone, as you get closer, the stone kind of rises up from the water and muck. It's very clean. Doesn't look like it's been messed with, or moss is not growing on it. And it seems to have these patterns almost carved into it. They look more natural than ever man-made. But they also, as you try to focus on them, they almost seem to slither and move and swirl, and it almost looks like a swarm of snakes on this stone. But as you shake your head and kind of refocus, they're all perfectly still, It's only as you continue to stare at them that they seem to move.
Follow, I guess, just
Oh,
behind.
that's trippy.
What is it the same kind of like obsidian stone as the other?
It is not obsidian. It is like a polished gray granite almost.
So,
I don't know. What do you guys think? Do we touch it?
I feel
Truth,
like
how
anything
do
we
you
touch
feel? I
down
feel
here
like
is
he's a
likely
good
to be
indicator
poisonous.
of whether or not to touch things.
Oh no!
I feel like he's already touching it by that point.
Like, if I think that I should touch it, are you gonna tell me no? I feel like that's where this is going. So if I answer that we shouldn't touch it, then you're gonna touch it.
How do you feel in your heart? Do you think it's worth touching?
You have a 10-foot pole, don't you?
Pull the pole back out.
We just went over this.
The chamber is only about 10 feet around. And the stone is in the middle.
Oh, so we're kind of crowded around it. So I'm
Yeah.
holding it like the pole, like
Like
Well,
you
no,
have
you
to,
just, like-
yeah, you have to like back up to
You do
the area to the passageway a
like-
little bit. And then,
You don't have to
Yes.
take the whole stick out. You just do it like a sword, like a samurai drawing his sword, just like. Eh.
I
All
have
right,
a
all right, everybody out of the little chamber here. Let him poke at it.
Let him poke
That's
it with
it.
his stick.
you poke it, and tunk, tunk.
Yeah, see, it's just putting the pole away again. I just don't think it's going to have the same effect getting poked with a stick as it will a living being touching it.
Well, you know what? I have a lot of.
Hey, Fizzlesworth, come here a moment.
No,
Oh, wait, fine. Sorry, what were you saying?
I have a lot of luck of surviving voices in my head. So maybe. If I touch it, it'll be okay.
I think they call that trauma shielding.
Byron, a therapist.
No, like the aboleth and the other aboleth and then there was, what was the other, the dragon that mind control,
A really good
Actually,
therapist.
do I even hear voices, Uriah? Is it telepathic or is it just coming out
You
of the
do
wall?
hear the voices actually, because it's not in your
Oh.
head. It is echoing in the chamber.
All right, Truth. Are we touching it or not?
What if we all touch it together?
That's a horrible idea, because then whatever that does it to all of us.
I mean, if you want, I can poke it.
Hold on, Truth makes the call.
Why am I making the call? Why is this?
All right, I pull out a silver piece. Heads, we're touching it.
I walk over and touch
That's
it.
heads, I
Doing
touch
it.
What was that?
Well, never mind. You beat me to it.
Okay.
Truth touches it.
Okay. Truth, as you touch the stone, you do indeed immediately hear a voice in your head. Ask your question aloud to the fates. Get your wheel or woe. And you sense that you need to ask something very specific. And you will receive an answer.
Can I get a subtitle for what
What that was?
Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't
What
quite
that
make
was?
that out
Sorry,
either.
I tried leaning closer to the mic. Ask your question aloud to the fates, and you will receive a weal or woe.
I want to
I'm
ask
sort
a
of-
question about this, but that would count as a question.
Sort of lean
And-
over to
and
Ren.
you-
Well,
you-
he's not
you-
dead yet. So
and
that's
this
good news.
this is like basically you can tell the information kind of floods your head. That is specifically about some form of action or path, or you need basically result that is either something good will happen or something bad will happen as your answer, and something that you're thinking about doing probably within the next about 30 minutes.
You okay, child?
Your camera froze for a second. There it goes.
Oh,
You're good.
okay. All right.
Oh, okay, I see. It's the stone of ice cream headaches.
Easy break.
I'm trying to think of. A question. Give me just 1 second.
A question. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, clearly
that
something happened. You want to share with the class?
voice in my head. It's asking me to ask a question. Very specific parameters, so I can't ask it about things that I really want to ask it about, because it's not going to give me. It's just going to give me a yes or no. That's a good idea versus a bad idea. Should we find and fight the Nagas that are trying to control this level?
That is both a weal and a woe.
Yeah, it just gave me like an ask again later response, so
And as soon as you hear that, the whisperings in the chamber cease.
For all of us, or just him?
All of it. The whisperings in the chamber are echoes in like their actual sound. They are not magical.
Okay.
Yes, that is
I'm
what I
not
just
certain how
described
I'd
to
be
Brock
able to-
about.
Yeah,
5
I'm
minutes
just
ago.
not certain how I'd be able to tell the difference. For certain.
Yeah, it just gave me the equivalent of a shrug, I think.
What did
And
it?
Yeah, his question was out loud.
Okay.
Yeah, you heard what I asked.
Yeah, we didn't hear what it said. Right. So it
It said, "That is both a weal and a woe," which just means, I don't know, it could be good, could be bad. I feel like it's equivalent of a shrug from a magical artifact.
So good
Wow.
idea and bad idea.
Yeah.
Real useful.
Good idea, bad idea. Why not both?
I mean, I feel like that's like the future teller equivalent of we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
You'll ever think about that fortune teller that we gave our blood to? Sometimes I think about that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
imagine they think about you guys a lot too. Given
Yeah.
that she has her blood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't you all do it?
Yeah, we did.
I-
We all did.
Well, did I do it? I thought I was the one who didn't do it.
I
Nope,
don't
we
think all
all
of us did.
did.
Yeah, I don't know. Did
We
we?
all did. However, you and Brock asked questions about quests, not about your futures.
Maybe maybe I'm misremembering. Anyway. All right. Well,
Hey, Waddlesworth, do you want your future told? There's this place up in Skullport. Creepy old lady takes your blood in exchange for fortune. Sounds like a good time, doesn't it? I'm
Was there
staring
a-
directly at him.
There's
Was
also
there-
what?
was there only one way into this room?
There's another way on the other side. Basically,
I'm
the
gonna
stone
sort
was
of
in the middle.
said it was 3 feet deep, so we're basically like armpits.
Yep.
Yeah, I got Fizzleworth on my back. Just
Sort of just start slogging through the muck again.
As you guys continue on, it starts to get deeper. And immediately, it kind of skinnies back out into another like little passageway, and then just a few feet later begins to widen back out into another pool that still seems pretty deep and is also glowing green.
that's
Nope. I'm not being the first one to do that.
Fizzleworth, can you swim?
Yeah.
Okay. No, you stay here.
Is there anything else in the chamber?
It just seems to be water. There's another passageway on the other side. It's about 4 feet deep. The green almost seems to have a slight pulse, and it's definitely brighter. It seems to have a depth to it, as though it is emanating from something.
Oh, what if there's a thing down there?
Oh, I'm positive there's a thing down there. I just don't know if it's a wheel or a woe.
I'll go find out. I'm a fast swimmer.
Help yourself.
Could you
Wait, thought.
rope?
Yeah.
Rope?
Yeah.
I think we should do
Yep.
a rope system. Here.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Rope.
Like around your ankle, your foot, or your waist, I guess.
Waist would probably be better. I think foot would hinder the swim.
Don't want to tear off your foot if we have to
Yeah, that too.
yank your back.
Yeah.
I think at that point.
Can you run faster than swim?
No, I can swim as fast as I can run.
Oh, okay.
All right. All right. Yeah, I guess. Whose rope we're using?
I've got hemp rope.
Cool.
Okay. You tie the rope to her waist, and then. Okay. As you start your turn in the water, in the glowing green, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Cool. That's a good sign.
That's why we did the rope.
Shit. Alright. Con. That is a 5.
All right. You take.
What am I doing? Oh,
You take 9 poison damage.
I am resistant.
So you take 4.
4.
As you dive into the water and immediately feel the poison just coursing all around you. The water is murky, and you can see the dull glow of what seems to be a gemstone in the center of the pool in muck.
Oh, I'm still getting it.
Okay. You swim
Poison
down
me, damn.
to it, a good handful of feet down to the center of this pool, and I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
It's better. 19.
Okay. So you take half of half, so you take 2 poison damage.
Glad I went.
And it seems to be a emerald.
Ooh.
Cup it, and I need you to make me another Constitution saving throw.
I need to. You know what? Let me just grab that die. Where'd it go? I don't know where it went. I don't know which one it is. Never mind. I lost it. 19.
Alright, so you take 1 poison damage.
Okay.
As you slowly swim back up to the surface with the emerald in tow, I need you to make 1 more Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. 15?
Okay. So you take 6 poison damage on this one. As you break the water, emerald in hand, and immediately as soon as the emerald goes out of the water, the water returns to a normal color.
I found a rock.
And the emerald is also no longer glowing.
You feeling all right?
Yeah.
Just you look a little greener than usual around the gills.
Bit of poison. Nothing.
Oh,
New.
okay.
From the water's poison.
Not. It. Maybe not anymore. It definitely was. I don't know.
I think the fancy rock was poison.
It's not hurting the hole.
All right, you okay?
Yeah.
All right, well, Bring that thing over here. Let's have
Does
this-
Rock identify it.
Oh, yeah.
Got
What?
a poison rock.
I'll hold. I mean, I'm holding it and it's not hurting me.
We have a Chaos Emerald.
Does it look like one of the control gem, like the control gem Truth has? Okay. All right.
It's just like an emerald. A
bro.
little flawed.
Pretty.
Yeah, guess I'll just.
Is it
cast
cut
Identify
or
on it.
raw?
Cast Identify. It is not magical.
Nope.
What?
It's an emerald.
Is
All right, then what the fuck was that all about?
so if the no, we saw the color of the water change as soon as she brought it above the surface.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
actually the color was actually getting brighter as she came up.
Mm.
Because
And
it was
then
glowing.
Right, and then it stopped glowing as soon as it came out of the water. How is it not magic? Is
Can I
the
see the
water
moment?
magic?
Huh?
Can I see it a moment?
What if I just dunk it?
Yeah.
Well, that was my idea too, but okay.
Hold it. Dunk it.
It's wet.
Nope.
All right, well, that implies to me that it is not the emerald, but the ground that is magical. So let's go around the edges and continue on.
Maybe like when the emerald is in the ground, it turns it on, like it powers the magic?
Ooh, yeah, do not get Terralai near the middle of this room.
Yeah, Terralai can't have this one.
No? Because that's a mighty spicy emerald.
It's worth about 250 gold as far as I can tell.
Terralai says 250 gold.
Right, but it's flawed. And you're not
It
flawed,
is.
Terralai.
And also potentially poisonous.
And yeah, the poison.
So you don't want it then?
No, that is an ugly gem.
Oh. He just insulted it.
The gem?
Yeah.
It's just a rock. What did it do?
It's
It was
ugly.
poison.
He says it's ugly.
Oh.
Oh.
Why? It's
Please.
shiny.
Yeah, but it's. He says it's flawed.
So,
Put that in my bag.
I tried.
Shall
Like how you tried
we-
to undersell it to him, and now that he said it's bad, you're trying to like regain its value.
Well, I thought it was pretty. It's a pretty. I don't know anything of value.
I mean, it's
okay?
worth 250 gold. That's pretty. That's it's a lot, but it's not like for an emerald of its size, it should be worth more, right? So
I just thought it's.
I mean, like large green things aren't necessarily valuable. Look at Wattlesworth.
That's mean. I think he has value. He's entertaining.
He is. Yeah. I just have to return the favor of
Oh shit, your shoes.
yeah, that kind of stuff.
There
He will too.
I
We're gonna have
know.
to watch it when we go to
I'll
sleep.
keep an eye on him.
Okay.
When we sleep. Well, when you
Sleep
guys sleep.
You're gonna have to sleep sometime, and then
Oh well, I don't sleep. I try.
yeah, but can't be watching Wattlesworth out of the corner of your eye.
No, but he's got to sleep, so he'll go to sleep when I go to trance.
I
Does he
don't
have to
have to
sleep?
sleep.
Huh?
I don't have to sleep.
Oh.
See,
well, we've already established we have manacles and rope. So,
that's true.
I'll just scoot on over and shit in your bedroll.
I love this little guy. I'm gonna end up stabbing you one day.
We're about to find out what happens when you put a humanoid inside the tower, then shrink it.
Anyway, shall we continue? We're making progress.
We are making progress.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's just go around the edges.
Yeah, that's my vote.
Up to the other side.
Oh wait, who's got the gem?
Me.
Go first.
Okay.
All right. You
I also
guys,
have the resistance to the poison, so.
you guys make your way across one by one. No issues. Whatever magic was here seems to not be anymore.
That's weird.
Trust it.
And as you guys come out the other side, the passageway on the other end starts to shallow out once again. You're back down to maybe just like a foot-ish of muck. And Rin, you hear a familiar sound. The humming of a hymn.
Oh, we're back with this lady. Okay. Stop everybody before we go in. So this was, when we were sitting in the spot, the save thing where you touched the statue that gave you the bad dreams.
Yeah, good times.
And there was the ghost wandering around looking for something, the illusion of a ghost, right? Yeah. This is or at least it sounds like, the other temple I saw, with the spirit singing. It was a woman. I don't know if it's real or another illusion or an actual ghost or just Fizzleworth, please don't touch any statues in here. What do we want to do?
I'd say one of us should sneak forward and peek at, like, maybe take a peek, but I kind of slosh in the water around a little bit. I don't know how possible that is. I cast Pass Without a Trace.
I got a pretty high sneaky.
Yeah.
I can give it a go, sure.
Go ahead and make me.
Let's go together.
Okay.
Okay. As you guys sneak forward, give me stealth checks. With that plus 10.
Yep. That's why I said let's go together, because...
Well, 41.
Just the two of them.
Soul Pete's.
It's just the two of them or everyone?
I mean, technically that's up to you guys.
Truth just came along.
Truth, no. Oh, no.
I mean, I guess that means I need two now.
That's with the plus 10. I got a 13.
24.
Oh, I got a roll for Fizzle. Hold on.
I got a 16.
What's
I mean,
stealth is a dex, right?
Yep.
Do you have to roll for Fizzleworth? He's sort of on your shoulders, right?
Not now. You can walk now.
Oh, okay.
It's dex, right?
Yep.
Fizzle got a 26, and I got a 41.
I also got a 26.
As you guys go on ahead, you can see this, what appears to be another 30-foot high cavern, which seems to be dominated by a ruin. This one seems a little more whole than the previous ruin. It seems to be some sort of domed building. And immediately you can hear the humming of what sounds to be some woman wandering around. You can hear the sounds, like, getting a little quiet as she seems to be, like, rounding a corner, and then a little louder as she gets closer. And she comes into view, a spectral woman, with a soiled black gown and a featureless white mask. And as you guys kind of come around the corner, Truth, your boot gets stuck in the muck, and you kind of... and as you try to get it unstuck, her head just snaps over.
Oops.
I just pat Truth on the shoulder. Well done, buddy.
Huh? Oh, shit.
And she just slowly floats over towards you guys.
I don't have to. No, it's fine. Oh, jeez.
Well, she didn't pull out a knife, so... Oh, hey there!
You can see spectral ghost eyes flicking behind the eye slits of the mask. But otherwise, it is a completely featureless white mask.
Hey,
Hi.
nice
Did she
to
say
meet you.
What brings you to the Temple of Mask?
We're just sort of passing through.
Have you seen the Naga?
Which one?
Oh. We slain Hexakali years ago.
Yeah, we sort of ran into what was left of it.
Took care of what was left of it, yeah.
Yeah, put it back down.
The skeleton. And then we broke the skeleton.
I have been cursed to remain here so long as the other two live.
Oh.
Ooh.
Do those other two have the thing where if you kill them, they come back up? Or was that just the one?
All Naga do.
Oh.
What gives them power is their magic items.
Okay.
Do you have to take their magic items to kill them?
No, they can use a item to extend the length of their will on others.
Right, the mind
Okay.
control.
Without it, they will not have the resources to keep minions under their control for long.
Okay, but how does that permanently kill them? Or am I missing a page here?
It doesn't, I think she said.
Yeah.
How do you kill them permanently?
I do not remember the ritual from my living days.
Oh, that's not
But
helpful.
it is said that a wish spell would be enough.
One for each of them? Or like a wish spell would kill both? Not that we have that.
One for each to keep them dead.
Well,
Hey, Ragnar, do we have access to a wish spell?
yeah, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what was your name?
Yostal.
Yostal. Yes, sorry. Ragnar, Rin, Truth, Brock. Sorry, missed a page there. Yostal, I just, that's a bit beyond us. I'm not certain if we're going to be able to help you.
If you can simply deprive them of their mortal form for a time, I'm sure that'd be enough to free me.
Oh.
And
So
if you
even
can get rid of their rod of rulership, then that would help everyone else as well.
It is.
Alright, well.
In turn, I can give you a map.
Of?
This level.
That would be great.
We could use a map.
We could really use a map.
Yeah, that'd be...
That would be...
Sorry, was it Yostal or Yashtal?
Yostal.
Yostal. Ah, sorry.
It's coastal with a Y.
Ah, Yostal. Alright. Well, I mean, that sounds like a fair trade. Well,
Yes.
I mean, what do you guys think? I guess we'll see what we can do.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we gotta free the dwarf anyway.
Is that a promise?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
guarantee we will see what we can do, but I will not guarantee any results.
She waves a spectral hand, and you've talking to her, you can see that in the background here in this temple, there seems to be two statues kind of peering out over the ruins. You can kind of see the base of one of them. It seems to be black. The other one seems to be green, but it seems to be almost in like another room of these ruins. And as she waves her hand, you hear a click and just a shunk, and it seems to come from the closest statue.
For a moment, I thought I got myself.
Take a look.
There is a scroll.
Take it.
So you take it, and open it up. It's a map.
Ah! Guys, it's a map!
Oh, that's useful. Sorry, how far away was this?
Oh, wow.
Where we were standing?
Maybe about 10 feet, 5.
Okay. That's
Wait,
useful.
ooh. Wow. Wow, we...
So where are we on this?
Was the big thing in the middle, was that where we were held captive?
That's where you were
Yeah.
held captive.
Yeah.
The little double-sided ruins with the 2 stars in them. That's where you're at right now.
Okay.
You had just went through that little like bone-shaped chamber that's off to the east of it.
Cool. Where are they?
They are to the southeast is their domain. The cliffs there hide their lair from their arena.
Oh, that's ominous.
From their what?
Their arena in the swamp. The cliffs overlook it with their stone thrones.
Do they make people like fight each other for entertainment?
Anyone who is not shit, I just lost words. Who does not fall suspect to their control is captured and thrown into the arena.
Where do they hold people who aren't under the spell somewhere?
Their thralls are usually in holding pens at night, so they may refresh their control in mass in the morning.
So basically, we've got from what I'm hearing is correct, we gotta sneak up these cliffs. We gotta snap their mind control stick, and then we've gotta kill them.
I mean, yeah. We could also free their thralls. Before that. If we can't, maybe. If
their mind control is limited in time. It is only because of the rod in their possession that they can extend it indefinitely.
Okay, yeah. So snap the mind control stick.
Or just remove it from their grasp.
Oh, wow.
snatch and grab.
Yeah, not something I'm familiar with.
Oh, I'm very familiar with that. I do that all the time.
You would find it hard to snap an artifact.
Okay, so sneak up the cliffs,
It's
steal the stick, kill the Nagas, free the thralls.
Free the
4
thralls.
steps.
Yes.
And wait for all this to blow over.
Wait for all this to blow over. Oh yeah, flee before reprisal. I guess that is an important 5th step.
Yeah. Okay. Is it marked which way is the way down on here?
It is not. Do you ask?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Which way goes just for future reference?
She lifts a spectral hand and kind of points at that like curly Q passage down in the corner. This leads to the Dwemer Core.
Oh, it is.
Beware,
do you know what...
the students there can sometimes jealously guard their secrets.
Is it a school?
Yes.
So, while we're chatting, just a quick question. There was a chamber we came through a little bit ago that had, like, a pool of poison water and a glowing gem at the bottom.
The
And then one of us...
gemstone was blessed by Seth. To remove it from the pool is to remove the enchantment.
Alright, well, cool. That's all I need to know. Thank you very much. Do we have any other questions?
I'm good. we should go.
Should head. Yeah. Forward. Mark, get in position.
Alright, well. Yostel, nice meeting you. I reach my hand out, like to shake, and then like, oh, right.
She just passes it through yours.
Right, sorry, my bad. Anyway, we'll see what we can do.
We'll do our best, promise.
Thank you. She just starts to hum again and starts floating around.
Let's go. Let's go.
Alright, so we go.
Towards...
Once we're out of the chamber.
Where do you go?
I'm guessing.
I know you told us where we were on this map, but
I know where we are,
you're
so
at-
we can't. In which direction did we come from?
I feel like we should try to find the cliffs.
You came from the the 2 chambers that just are connected by a single little chamber down there in the corner, in the middle-ish, downish.
No.
Okay.
I think I see it.
Stop.
In the center.
Hold on.
So,
Shush. You are currently at the ruins with the 2 stars in them.
Yes.
There are 2 chambers directly east of that are connected by a single passage. That was the the Whispering Stone and the pool.
Okay.
Gotcha. The island, the crescent with the single star, is the Nightmare statue.
okay, don't touch that.
So south.
Yeah, you guys haven't been south at all.
That's
And that's
us...
definitely marked as different from the swampy water.
Yeah, I see. It's all white.
Yep.
That's probably cliffy. And she said it's down there in the southeast, right?
Yep. To the southeast of where you guys were, which is that direction.
Ta-da!
Do we want to try to find a place to pitch, pitch up for the night before we go check that out? Because about what time of day is it?
Brock? Magic ball.
Yeah, my little time stone.
It is evening. We'll say.
So yeah, is that the kind of thing we want to try to handle today, or should we give it a rest and wait till tomorrow?
Let's I mean, I don't know about you, but I need at least a short rest before we go and try to take on any of this. We're gonna go for the cliffs first, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to be in their arena. I don't know what that is.
Right.
Yeah.
The arena was like that further chamber that she pointed to, the one that has like the white ring around in the bottom corner.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the water that's in the southeast corner.
That's the arena?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So if that's the arena...
Which you guys were like one chamber away from.
Glad we asked for his word.
I eeny, meeny, miny, mode that shit.
Oh, okay. But then maybe we could get, into the white area. Maybe that's the cliffs, because if that's overlooking the swampy area, sneak up into there, go through there, get behind them. I take stick. But I don't.
Well,
Yep.
I don't know what time we do that. If they.
yeah, we probably should have asked if and when Naga sleep. Huh.
Maybe.
I mean, you're still like 5 feet away. She's just wandering around.
Hey, Yostel.
She floats back over. Yes.
Do do Naga sleep?
They do not require air, food, drink, or sleep.
Alright, okay. So we're not sneaking in while they're unconscious. Also, we're still at that temple?
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm gonna slosh my ass out of the muck and sit on the structure for a minute so I'm not submerged.
Do we rest or do we go?
Are we able to rest? We just had a short one.
Could we do a long one?
I mean,
Would we be able
there's nothing that's stopping you guys from twiddling your thumbs until you're tired.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, stuff does happen.
Uh-huh.
So, I don't know, I kind of feel like this is the kind of thing we might want to get sorted.
All right. Well, let's at least maybe we can steal the stick and then deal with the rest in the morning if I can just get away. I'm very slippery.
Big if. Well, you've got the horn.
I do have the horn, and as long as you guys stay back, so maybe they don't hurt you or see you. Or...
Naga don't have arms, right?
Correct.
How's it holding this rod?
Tail, I would assume.
Well, that's my point. Like, it might not be a simple snatch and go. It could be, like, in its mouth for all we know.
Yeah, I sort of assumed it would be on, like, some sort of pedestal or something.
Well, why don't we head to the cliffs, maybe find out?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we won't find out just chatting here.
All right.
Oh, Yostel.
Yes.
So, this rod, do they keep it, like, on their person? Or is it kept somewhere?
One of them grips it in their tail at all times.
Nailed it.
Yeah, so there's that.
Tailed it.
I
That's
really
fine.
think, folks, the only option, they don't sleep.
Uh-huh.
They don't eat.
Uh-huh.
I think our only option is to bust in there, put the boots to them, grab the thing, and then bolt. I really think that's all. As the overly cautious member of this group, I feel like that might be our only option.
So are you saying go in, guns blazing, get the stick and leave? Or try to sneak, get stick. If sneak doesn't work, pew pew, grab stick, leave.
I'm a gun's that thing like Brock has, right?
Yeah, the gun.
Yeah,
thing.
okay. Yeah, okay. I say we go in.
I forget you weren't there for that.
I say we go in just full aggression, just see what we can get done.
If our only goal is to steal the stick and run, if the rod's made of metal, I can just cast heat metal on it, make him drop it.
Is it made of metal?
I'm not
I
sure.
don't
Most magic
know if-
wands are made
I
of wood, aren't
Don't know if you can use it on magic items. Heat metal.
Hmm.
It just says a manufactured metal object.
I don't know that it's manufactured.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about magic items or not. Because it talks about heavier medium metal armor, so I would assume you could like heat magic armor with it.
What if we did a distraction? I can summon one of my spiritual beasts. It could maybe distract the front of them. I go in behind. The thing when they're not looking. Run.
I don't know. Brock, truth?
I mean,
wanna weigh in?
if our goal is just to run in, grab, and go, I mean, if nothing else, I might be able to just pull it out of its tail myself with my hands.
True, but we did kind of make an agreement with motioning at the
Right, but then
the
we could
ghost.
kill them once we rest after we have the rod. But then they wouldn't have their thralls because they wouldn't be able to cast it again in the morning.
True, but they're definitely going to chase us, and I don't know about you, but I don't feel confident being able to outrun a giant snake in this.
Okay, some morning problem then because we need a lot of rest for this.
Okay, all right.
Set up the tower and run
Then
inside with the rod,
I don't
just
think
close the
we're
door.
gonna survive if we. I'm not going to.
All right, that sounds good. The discussion finished. I guess we'll head back to that one spot. We found the rock high enough to put the tower on. That sound like a good idea?
Sure.
All right, let's do that. Do we want to go a different route now that we know what's going on? Maybe see a couple other things before then?
We saw a lot.
All right,
I say
back the
just
way we
go
came,
back,
I guess.
yeah.
Back the way we came.
Okay. You guys go back through the pool. It's no longer poisonous. The whispers of the stone no longer fill the chamber. And you continue on through the bones of the slaughtered Yuan-Ti and back into the large chamber where you had your spirit vision.
Is the bone naga skull still where we left it?
Yep.
Okay. All right. You wanna set that thing up, Brock?
Yeah, go gadget tower.
Set the cube down, step back, and just... The tower is there. Just stand solid enough. It doesn't seem to sink into the muck at all. So...
But the third tower, that one's stood up.
Exactly what I was thinking. All right then. All right. Well,
Let's go have a rest.
yeah. I'm gonna. Do I still have any of those freaking things? All right. Yeah, I'm going to drink a potion of watchful rest
Okay.
so that I do not have to sleep.
Oh. All right, so you can keep an eye on Waddlesworth then.
Yes.
Okay.
Although usually I don't. I guess. See, I don't tell anybody I'm taking the potion.
But
Oh.
we're all
Usually.
taking watch.
Yeah, alright. Nope, I'll tell you, I'm taking this potion, so I don't need to sleep. So y'all get some sleep and rest up. Or get some trance. I'll keep an eye on that. And,
Behave, Fizzleworth.
Make sure he doesn't shit my shoes.
yeah,
Actually, you
all
know
that
what?
stuff.
I'm setting up the tent, and I'm bringing my shoes
Inside.
You are never gonna get the mud out of that tent.
But
It's
you have prestidigitation, right?
Martin
No.
does.
Does anybody have prestidigitation?
No, we keep
Oh.
coming to
Does.
this same problem.
yeah.
One of us should really learn that.
Yeah.
Well,
My
thank you
natural
for volunteering.
capabilities Are very.
Wait,
Anyway.
can
All right, let's take a sleep.
Right.
Yep, I head up.
Let's say, Ragnar, where are you taking watch at?
Rin, could you tell Fizzlesworth to go up to the roof?
With you? I'm assuming
Yeah,
that's
just
where you're
stay
going.
up there.
Yeah.
I'll stay up there and keep an eye out.
Fizzleworth, can you help keep watch? I'll be up there in about 4 hours. Okay?
Okay.
I trust you. You can do it.
Okay.
Very reluctant agreeance.
As he walks by Truth's tent, he just farts and just wafts it straight in the tent flap and continues on his way.
Ah! No!
Sorry.
No!
Oh, oof. Oh, God.
Ah!
The scumball.
It's worse than the ball bearing in your shoe. Ooh. You okay in there?
Oh, God, what did he eat?
I don't know. I haven't fed him. All right.
It's like the swamp crawled up his ass. Died. Oh,
Well,
onto my mouth. Air out the tent, like put the flaps in.
you just want to.
All right. Let's see. Rin.
Yo.
As you sleep, you have nightmares.
Oh yeah, I did do that, didn't
Yeah. Night terrors of Paisin making this swamp his domain.
Jesus.
Of making Undermountain his domain.
It's a good dream. Solid.
Ragnar, you occasionally see a bullywug from the north exit of the chamber, kind of hopping out, looking at the tower physically, going back. They seem to just kind of be keeping an eye on things.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Better safe than sorry. That's exactly what I'm doing.
But none of them seem to approach the tower or bother you guys specifically. And then eventually, Rin, you wake up from your trance. And
Join him up there on watch.
Yep.
Me, Ragnar, and Fizzleworth chill out.
During the bright, or I say bright, because you're totally not in an underground cavern. During the later hours of your guys' watch, you can from the south area, you hear various sloshing of people, things moving around in the muck of the swamp. And you suddenly see a bright flash of blue light come out of the caverns. And then the sloshing just kind of suddenly fades back out.
The fuck was that?
You think that's the refresh they do with the rod?
Is that the direction? Did it come from the direction of the Naga? Oh, yeah.
Maybe you should have done that last night. Tried to snatch it and run.
The majority said to go in guns blazing instead of the snatch. So.
And you all get the benefits of a long rest.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we should try the snatch and grab.
Okay. I'm all for it, man.
So wait, are we just gonna wait here all day?
I like stealing stuff.
Well, no, we don't have to wait all day. I'm just. They don't have the rod. They can't.
They can't refresh it. But now
Ragnar starts sort of just
What you thinking?
And he pulls the potion of invisibility out of his bag. I forgot I had this.
I would have made the decision yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
Oh man, we did. Oh.
So
How long does that last?
I don't know.
I believe 1 hour. And it requires concentration, technically. And if you were to basically if you do anything like an attack or a spell, it cancels it out.
Oh, that might not be all that useful then.
What if I don't attack? Does like a sleight of hand, like a stealing thing, count as an attack?
It does not. That you can do.
I mean, I pass it over. Here you go.
I've also got a potion of gaseous form.
Use that for when we can't get into somewhere. I feel like, right? Is that what that's for? It makes you into a gas, right? I assume.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's probably good for getting through a door lock or something.
Really gotta keep better track of my shit. Anyway. Alright, so you got the potion of invisibility, you got the horn of alarm.
Yeah.
Go in there, you grab the stick.
Grab stick.
Is that still the plan?
Yeah. We just gotta get to the point where I can get the stick. Right? Yeah. So we gotta get, if we go back, and then we go down, and then we go up into that cave area, that should get us close. And then if you guys hang back like one chamber from the cliff where the Nagas are, at least like a chamber, I can run somewhere.
Well, I hate to keep adding details, but you do realize that does assume that they don't have any of their thralls guarding the chambers to get nearby.
Right. We'll have to take care of that on the way, or I sneak by them. Because it probably won't take me a full hour to go over there. I might see the dwarf along the line. I don't know.
Alright.
What do you guys think? I just...
You guys are the thinkers, so...
I think we're fine trying to just snatch it, but at the same time, we should plan for having to fight when that fails.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just worried about splitting this up, because, it might take, a minute or two to work our way over to you if you get caught, and a lot can happen in a minute or two.
Well, they might not, they might not kill me. They
might
like
just
thralls.
mind control you.
Right, see? So I just...
And then we might have to kill you.
No.
Which would be really unfortunate.
I think the worst part of this is having to deal with you and your bow. And I'd rather not.
Yeah.
Don't want to fight a Wren.
Yeah.
What?
You hurt.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
As a note, just because you guys keep mentioning having to kill people, you guys do remember there's a mechanic of non-lethal damage, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
No,
Yeah,
I did not.
Yeah.
It's difficult to non-lethal an army.
It's also difficult to non-lethal fire
Right.
explosion.
Yeah, you can only do it with like melee attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still. Okay. So let's...
Sorry, I hate to keep just talking back and forth in circles, but like...
Yeah, because I don't think Brock can just run through a crowd and start Judy chopping everybody. It ain't gonna work.
Okay, all right. So how's this? We have Rin go in, sneak, see how close the rest of us can get, and still be out of sight.
Yes.
I
Wonderful.
scout ahead. Come back, let you know how close you can get. Okay. Yes. Cool. Got
How
it.
many
Because
people can you?
if it's more than like, if we can't get to like within a couple hundred feet, maybe we should just go. Maybe we should just go on guns blazing.
Okay. I like it. All right, cool. I like that plan. Let's do it.
All right, that's
Go
what we're
do
doing. Yes, let's do that. Let's
Going
actually get
down.
something done.
Down to that, back to the temple, and then head down.
Okay. Do you guys take the same route?
Yeah, probably.
The stone is whispering again.
Hey!
Can I ask it the thing?
One of you asked it.
Okay.
Which thing specifically?
Touch it.
As soon as you touch it,
Sorry.
ask a question of the fates aloud and receive a real woe.
This is creepy.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
We had this thing and the ghost yesterday. And...
Uh,
I mean, I know she's helpful, but...
is sneaking up on the Nagas to steal their rod of rulership a good idea?
That could be a real or a woe.
You son of a bitch! I kicked the stone.
Did it give you a shrug?
What did
Yes!
I say?
Yeah.
This is a dumb stone. I don't know why I asked anything.
I mean, you're asking questions that have a lot of variability.
Well, I don't know!
Because it
Should
depends
I
on
eat
how the
pickles
dice
for
roll.
breakfast?
Just
Well,
out of
if we're
spite,
still
cast
down here to-
Shatter of a Stone. I don't actually.
All
Sorry,
right.
well, if we're still down here tomorrow, I'm the one asking the stoner question.
Absolutely. All yours. All right, off we go.
Okay. You guys make it back to the temple with no problem. Yostel's still kind of wandering around humming, gives you a glance.
Head to the Nagas. Yep. Woo.
And you make your way into next little chamber there, which is... It's about a 20-foot high cavern, flooded with mostly muddy water to a depth of about 3 feet.
I cast Pass Without Trace.
You can see that there's dry land gently rising out of the water, creating a broad ledge dotted with about 4-foot high piles of loose rocks. I need you all to make stealth checks with disadvantage because of the water.
Joke's on
Can you
you, I
double
had
disadvantage?
disadvantage anyway.
I have advantage, so it's just...
Aww.
Yo! Look at you go!
Yeah.
And a 2!
Oh.
Oh no.
No.
Did you have Pass Without Trace on, or...?
Yes. I'm sorry, I was literally about to say that, so...
You did say it.
That
beforehand,
did.
but-
Yeah, you
Sorry,
did say it
brain fart.
beforehand.
Ah, God.
24?
14.
17.
25? Hold on. That was with the plus 10, Rin?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh,
rolled
shit.
a 1.
Oh, I got 25. Wow, I'm the stealthiest one. This is weird.
I didn't have my advantages either, but I do have a plus 13, so...
Jesus.
I said I like to sneak and steal things.
Yeah, I found 5e stealth goes like one or two ways. You're either super stealthy or you're not at all.
Yeah. I mean, that might just be the luck of the rolls we have.
Yeah. All right. As you guys wade through the water, immediately, I need everyone to roll initiative, as you guys are surprised.
Look.
I'll
Oh,
get
okay.
you guys out here.
Oh.
Wow. Shitty.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Oh, no.
it's
I'm
over
gonna
now.
die.
Where am I?
I just teleported you guys to where you're at, so if you just click your portrait,
Okay.
you should. All right. I need. Let's see. I need to roll this
Truth is
guy's
on top
initiative.
of-
Yeah, probably. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I just placed you guys down. I need to keep moving. I can't All right, 25 to 20.
I got 20.
Okay, 20 to 15.
17.
15 to 10.
14.
What'd you get, Truth?
8.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got a 12. I numbers, but yeah,
Okay.
it's still.
All right, so the surprise round happens first. You guys basically, everyone but Truth gets their reaction back before the 2 drow pop out from behind the rocks over here and let loose with some crossbow bolts, some hand crossbow bolts.
Rude.
So that's a 24 to hit against Rin.
Yeah. Yeah.
You take 6 piercing damage and take me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 10.
You are poisoned as the condition for 1 hour.
Does that do?
You.
Disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Yep. All right. Okay. And then the next one is getting shot at Ragnar. 25 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
That is 10 piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Wait, what is it you rolled? Okay. Yep, con save. Okay.
22.
You are not poisoned.
You said it was 10 damage?
Yes, 10 piercing. And then they both duck back behind the rocks and are considered hidden. I just realized I didn't have turn-based mode on. And then Truth's turn goes up. You get your reaction back, basically.
Yay.
Off the reeds there. And Ragnar, it's your turn.
So wait, they were able to duck out of sight?
Yeah.
Hide.
Well, that's going to be useful in the future. Wish I had Fireball. Let's see, I did not anticipate this. Sorry, guys. Give me just a moment.
Brock, you're on deck.
So they're hidden. So that means I can't cast Magic Missile at them, right?
Correct. At the very least, you would probably have to get around the corner to see them.
Well, I'm going to do what I normally do at the beginning of combat. I'm going to summon Tashi. I'm going to summon her right here.
Yeah, so you can't see over there, so.
What about here?
No.
What about there? Okay, right. Where was I to start the frickin' turn? I was here?
Yeah.
Alright. So I will slosh my way back this way. Can I see here-ish now?
Yes.
Alright. I will summon Tashi there, assuming that the thing I can't see is still where it was when I saw it last. And if it is, it needs a DC 17 Dex saving throw.
Oh shit! Actually has a proficiency. Okay. Saves.
Saves. All right, and then Tashi will. Tashi, come here. And my turn will end.
Okay.
And then fiery teleport. Don't know really how useful this is going to be this combat, to be honest, but it's all I can think of at the moment. I'll go here. And another Dex saving throw.
Failure.
Failure. Alright, well. Ah, shit, what's my proficiency bonus at this point? 4, I think? Hey, max damage. 10 fire.
Alright. That it?
Yeah, that'll be it.
Brock.
So, question.
Yeah.
Is the pile of rocks they're hiding behind, is that a wall or just like a pile of rubble?
It is a pile. It's like outcroppings of rock. It's actual just rock coming like that's naturally formed. It is not a pile of rubble. But it's also not a wall. Like they were able to peek out and shoot you guys, but then they ducked back down.
I guess the logic I'm trying to figure out is would casting Shatter on it remove that barrier?
No. It's like solid rock. It's a big solid piece of rock.
Okay. What grid would you say I'm on? It looks like I'm in 4 of them.
I don't know because you guys turn the grid off. So you're probably here. Until we can get persistent rulers, it's just better to use the grid. You gonna do anything, buddy?
I was debating on casting a spell, but I think I'm just going to run up at him.
Dub him in the face.
And then bonus action, I'll pop up my shield thing that I have, and that's it.
Okay. Rin.
Cool. Going to. Sweet, and he's next to him. Shoot him in the face.
Yeah.
The one that's by Brock. 15?
That's a miss. It pings off his shield.
Cool. Again. Oh wait, I have I have disadvantage. Oh, and I rolled a 1. Doesn't matter. Okay, that's right, because I'm poisoned. All right. Okay, last one. We're just gonna roll 2, and I'll add my modifier. Yep, that's also gonna be a 14, which I'm just gonna completely miss.
Yep. All right, what's Fizzleworth doing?
Hide unless I go down.
Okay.
That is his command.
This one stows his hand crossbow, draws his short sword, and attacks you, Brock. 22 to hit.
Miss.
And then less. this one attacks. 22 to hit.
Miss.
No, that's Rin, I said.
Oh, yeah. That hits.
That's 10 piercing damage. And then a number of poison damage that I believe you're immune. No, you take half. That's right, so.
Not take half. I'm resistant, not immune.
Yes. So you take 5 poison damage after the attack.
Cool.
Okay. And the second attack.
Yep.
15 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. Truth.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 40.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. I was next turn, wasn't I?
Yep.
Here. Yeah. So I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith as a bonus action, and then I'm gonna take an attack. Yay! A 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yeah, that better hit. For 12 damage.
Yeah.
And a 21 to hit for...
On the 21, he parries your sword.
Oh.
And does not hit.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh. All right. That's my turn then.
Okay. Ragnar.
All right. Well, I think oh no, that one. I don't want to do that one. I will. Nothing particularly interesting. I will produce flame and chuck it at this guy I can see. So I attempt to hit him with a 24.
That hits.
Alright. And then 11 fire on that guy, and I'm going to tell Tashi to do Flame Seed. That's going to be a 27.
That is a hit.
Alright, and then an additional 9 fire.
Alright. Rock.
Do a melee.
Oof.
We'll try that a second time. Okay.
Alright, yep, that'll hit.
24.
Don't forget you guys have your bardic inspirations to use.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think all you guys have one, right?
Oh, jeez. 8 thunder on that guy.
Okay.
That's arachna thing. That's it.
Rin.
Mm-hmm. Gonna attack the one in front of Brock again. Just
Yeah, you have disadvantage.
I'll...
Well, you
Yep.
do because you're poisoned.
Yep. That is 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Huzzah! And I'm gonna put my sneak attack on this one as well. So that's 11 plus 3. That's 14 piercing.
Alright.
Alright, and then second arrow. It's a 15.
Dead miss. Alright. Going to disengage as a bonus action. Come back here.
Ugh.
Yeah, basically just far enough that it doesn't get the other one.
Doesn't get Brock or Fizzle.
It does not get Brock, and it probably doesn't get Fizzleworth. So the other three of you, I need you guys to make me dexterity saving throws.
Well.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Might redeem. Wow.
Wow. All right.
28.
So not Rin, but the other two of you, suddenly, what seem to be these bright colored, almost dust motes of glitter start to appear out of thin air and start to cling to you. You guys begin to shed dim light in a 10-foot radius.
There's a wild magic.
Just got fairy fired.
And now this one swings against you, Rin, with advantage. Or not you, Rin, sorry, Truth. You saved. So swings against Truth, specifically with advantage now. So it is 26 to hit. That is six piercing damage.
Okay.
And 6 poison damage.
I have... What is that? Oh, no, that's advantage against poison, not poison damage. Okay. Alright.
And then an 18 to hit.
That misses.
Okay.
I need to roll a Constitution saving throw. Hooray! I keep up my shield of faith.
And then he also disengages his bonus action. And
Damn
shit.
rogues.
yep. And just come, brother. We must warn the masters.
Shit. No.
Ah!
Nope.
Truth.
So first off, there's a wild magic against one
Yeah,
of those.
there's
Oh
Yes.
shit! I didn't see that.
Tried to tell you, but
Well, you said wild magic at the same time I was doing fairy fire, which is a possibility of wild magic. So
That's what.
didn't cut in. All right, 44. Oh, okay. So not only does Arachnophane back up, cast fairy fire, but then teleports 20 feet away.
oh
okay.
shit.
All right. Well, you know what that's in range of?
Fireball.
Fireball.
Yeah, that certainly won't let them know we're coming.
It's fine.
Hey, they're gonna warn him anyway, right?
Yep.
So, what do we want to cast this at?
Jesus.
I mean, I feel bad because they're clearly mind controlled, but
Yeah, but
I
this is gonna screw up the entire plan.
It's them or us.
know.
Or do we want to save some of this fireball for the big boys?
Save a little.
Probably want to save as much as you can.
Yeah.
Casting it at third. Wait. Casting it at sixth. No, wait. How many charges do I have on my wand?
That'll allow. You probably forgot to roll for it after the long rest.
I did. So let me do that. Come on. Yes, I forgot to do that after long rest. So, 3, so 4, so that puts me back up to full on my charges. Because I have 4 already. And let's cast it at... Wait. Oh no, I did that the wrong way. Haha. Where's it wrong? Is it... It's 1 charge per...
It's 1 charge is 3rd level, 2 charges becomes 4th. A 3rd charge is 5th, and each of that adds a d6. I think. Or is it 2d6?
All right. So we're gonna use 3 charges to cast it at
Yeah, each
5th
adds
level.
5th level. So 8, 9, 10 d6.
Yes. 10d6. Oh, they need to make a dex saving throw. 15. Or
Okay.
take 32.
They both saved.
All
so
right,
they're
well, I
take
take
half.
half. So 8.
Right, they're both still standing.
Damn. Well, that was my turn. Well, I mean, I can. 5, 10, 20, 30. I'll make him have to disengage.
Oh,
at least.
and let's see, that was a 16. So a DC 10 concentration check for Fairy Fire.
Oh, yeah.
And he fails, so you guys are no longer Fairy Fired.
Hey, look at that.
Hey.
Right, Ragnar.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I see both of them?
Yes.
All right.
You're definitely getting ready to duck around a bend, though.
Firewall, 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 firewall.
I guess I could do that. I was gonna cast Hold Person.
That works too.
I
I mean, I'm resistant to fire damage. You could totally do a fireball.
don't have Fireball. I have Firewall.
Oh!
Stop them from going. Maybe.
But no, I'm going to cast Hold Person as a 3rd level spell, which requires a DC 17 Wiz saving throw from both of them.
Oh, because you're casting at the higher level.
Go, Ragnar. Go.
What was it? DC what?
17.
Both save.
Well, fuck my entire turn.
Really good idea.
They had a really high bonus.
Tashi is going to move right here and fiery teleport us.
A little closer.
A little closer.
Yes, so she
only
can-
has 15 minutes. She only has 15-foot range on that, but
15 feet's 15 feet.
I think I'm going to drop Hold Person for my spell list next long rest.
Brock.
Never works.
Alright, punchy punch, man.
Do I attack them or try to slow them? I feel like slowing them is the smarter choice. Yeah, fuck it. We'll see what happens. I am going to cast Grease.
Yeah.
So that is a 10-foot square centered on a point within range. Okay. Unfortunately, there's no way to do this without getting truth in there.
Yep.
But it'll stop everyone from moving, hopefully. So go ahead and cast it there. And let's see.
And they
When the
both
grease
succeed on
appears, each
dex save.
DC 17. Dex 17, yeah.
Okay, so truth, you also have to make a dex saving throw.
Yep. I fail. Yay.
They pass both.
Well, that was not useful.
So-
So truth falls prone.
Truth falls prone.
Yay!
Well,
This is just going swimmingly.
All right. Is that it for your turn?
yeah.
Rid.
All right.
I guess I could have moved, but oh well.
All
you
right.
want to, you
I'm
can.
going.
Yeah, I'll go to like there.
Rid.
Alrighty, I'm gonna head over here. And then I'm going to, as a bonus action, cast Ensnaring Strike. First level. On my arrow. And, well, whatever hits next.
Which one are you targeting?
That is going to be Derzana, the one in front of Brock.
Okay.
Just roll that twice. So either 23 or 13 to hit.
That's a miss.
Yeah. All right, one more. Come on, please. Please, just one of you be high enough. Please. I both did one. 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Yes. They need to make a strength saving throw.
Oh. DC.
14. Get 12. They have 15 piercing either way.
All right, and they are ensnared.
Yes! Got one.
All right.
Just so everyone knows, that square is difficult terrain now.
And then
Correct.
this one will teleport 20 feet away out of the difficult terrain, and then run.
You can just
And
teleport?
For the next minute, he gets to teleport 20 feet away as a bonus action.
Oh, God.
Because
we're
of the... So he teleports 20 feet away, runs his movement speed, and then dashes away. He is gone.
Fuck.
What is it to break out of the...
Strength. Yeah. It's... Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he fails. Truth.
What do I need to do to get up?
Spend half your movement speed.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. Just normal prone condition.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, sorry, they take another piercing damage.
Oh.
They take 2
Alright.
at the start of their turn.
Well, yay, 25 to hit.
The hits.
Restrained.
12 damage.
Alright. And with that slash, he just crumples. You did not specify non-lethal.
I didn't.
Nope.
And just to add to the comic relief, at the end of his turn, he has to make the dex throw again.
It
Me?
does.
Anyone in the difficult terrain has to make it at the end of their turn.
Gosh.
Stands to his feet. Slice. Whoop.
Yeah, I failed.
Yep. And the other one got away.
Truth, did you just kill him?
Yeah, I kind of forgot because it was pretty intense there trying to. Hey, do we need to do this? I'm not getting back up. I'm just laying on the ground.
And I think that is an excellent spot to end our session.
Okay.
It's something.
So, as a reminder for our, okay, real quick, I see one of our viewers is asking what a Wild Magic Surge is. Do not redeem it this session. Wait until next session But Wild Magic Surge allows you to roll on the Wild Magic table of the Sorcerer table, and basically you can't. No. But yeah, it allows you to do that on any. Basically, it targets it as if a person was any person you redeem on the battlefield is part of the Wild Magic Surge. You will. So as I was about to mention, we still have one session left on this channel. So that will be January 2nd. Will be our final session on this channel, and so make sure you burn all them points next session. Because whenever we switch over, we will not have channel points at first, and once we do have channel points, they will be slightly redone. We're probably going to be getting rid of the Bardic Inspirations. We may still probably still going to keep Wild Magic, probably still going to keep Fireball. But we'll see as it gets worked out. But that official switch will be January 16th is the session that will be on the new channel. So January 2nd, this channel, regular time, last time to spend your channel points. And hey, maybe during that session, they might finish out this floor. So we'll see how it goes with the Naga. But if you guys stick around, we'll send you all on a raid somewhere on Twitch. Thank you all for coming, and we'll see you next time.
See you next year.
Yes, see you next year.
Yeah.
It's like a principal's favorite joke.